Getting lost on holiday isn't the problem for most men. The problem for us when we're traveling with our wives or girlfriends is how we react to getting lost, because our brains might interpret the situation in a way that is terribly wrong, and that's not going to help our trip or our relationship. In my last video, I spoke about the importance of sharing the load of trip planning, and in this video, I want to touch on the importance of sharing the load of trip navigation. Now, couples, I should point out, don't break up over a wrong turn. But I hear from so many couples, as a psychotherapist, who've gotten into terrible arguments about how one partner responded to getting lost. And here's what we can do as the men on a trip to help improve that dynamic. First up, we need to acknowledge that as men, we might not be the best wired when it comes to dealing with getting lost in front of our partner. When we get lost, our amygdala, the part of the brain you might have heard of as the flight or fight response, jumps into play. And flight or fight, with its stress hormones, make us less creative and give us literal tunnel vision as our vision focuses and narrows, which isn't helpful if we're lost in a foreign city. And in that state of mind, we're interpreting being lost as a threat. Psychologists have dubbed this a masculine role stress because it's a threat to our perceived competence. As you can imagine, in that state of mind, when our partner takes out their map and gives a helpful suggestion, we interpret it as a criticism. We interpret it as failure. So how can we avoid this toxic dynamic taking over our holiday? A simple and easy way is to share the role. Dub one person to be the spotter who looks for landmarks and the other person the navigator who's in charge of the maps. And the important phrase to remember is, if anyone feels lost, not to say, you missed the turn, you're lost, but instead treat it as a collaborative team exercise. And instead say something like, I think we've missed a turn. I think we've drifted off course. It's not individual, it's not personal, it's a team activity. And team activities, including getting lost and problem solving, create oxytocin, the hormone of bonding in our brains. And you literally become a closer couple for treating it as you versus the problem versus you two fighting each other. Because remember, at the end of the day, your partner does not care if you know every single street in Paris. She cares about your ability to handle problems and take her inputs. And frankly, face it when you might have made a mistake. Stay tuned for more practical psychology tips to help you have the better conversations, for better connections, to have better adventures the next time you travel.